We play and call it work.
Hey there guys, Quirk here from MiniWarGaming.com, and we're at Adepticon 2017. I'm at the Wyrd Miniatures booth with Aaron, and we are checking out some awesome stuff. We've got Malifaux and the other side, and we're just going to have you go on a rant here and talk about basically what you're doing here and what's your basically what you're showing off. So.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So hi everybody. Yeah, we are at Adepticon this year. We grew our booth from last year. We're really excited to be here. We've got Malifaux, as we've had for a long time, frankly. And we continue to come out with more stuff with Malifaux. We're going to have new stuff at Gen Con, and it's great to be here giving demos to everybody. The scene continues to grow, and we get more and more players. But what I'm most excited to talk about is the other side, which we've got the banner behind us here. The other side is a new miniatures war game we're putting out. It generally has about 50 models a side, so it's more models than Malifaux. We just finished our Kickstarter, but we still have late pledges, so if you're interested, you should definitely check it out. The other side is really great for a number of reasons. First off, all the miniatures for it are pre-assembled.
Oh, okay.
So you can buy it and play it right out of the box, which is really, really nice for those of us like me who might have kids and not that much time for assembly, or people who just don't like assembly. These are the actual production models for the other side, so this is how they'll come out of the case, fully assembled, and you can see basically, if you look, they've got a little bit of a give, so they can survive a little bit, but yeah, it's full detail and fully assembled right out of the case. So we're really happy about that, and then down below here, you can see the Titans we use for the game. So wow. These are 2-scale big models that you can use, and the other side actually does a neat thing where a lot of their abilities are on assets, okay. So like upgrades, and as they take damage, they lose assets, so they lose effectiveness.
Oh wow, very nice.
Yeah, it's always nice when, you know, as something takes damage, it gets worse, and so we've got that going on in the game.
Cool.
So you can do that and start playing with the game. It is essentially similar to Malifaux, but a completely different game. Okay. It's set in the same universe as Malifaux. It's just taking place on Earth. So in the game, you're using cards like Malifaux. Mm-hmm. It's an objective-focused game like Malifaux, but it's streamlined down. So some of the things that are more complicated in Malifaux have been removed for ease of play, because when you go up in model count, you need to cut back in other places. So this allows for a nice, smooth gameplay experience. I've been demoing it this whole Adepticon, and people are picking it up quick, and they're really enjoying the gameplay, because you get a lot of you're able to think more about your decisions when, in essence, some of the things are shrunk down, so you can really focus on what you're able to do.
That's awesome. So we actually got a chance to take a look at the table and see some of the stuff that's going on there. Super excited for that. When you're demoing this game and stuff like that, are you finding people are very receptive to it, they're enjoying themselves, they're getting really into it? Like you said, people are picking it up fairly quickly.
Yep.
On a scale of, say, 1 to 10 on difficulty, where would you rank the other sides as a difficult game to pick up / get into?
Yeah, so if I'm on a mini game scale, okay, because that is definitely different than like a board game
Fair
scale.
Enough.
On a mini game scale, I'd say it's around a 4.
Okay.
I think that's mostly because of cards versus dice.
Yeah.
Dice immediately make more sense to people than cards, but once you understand how the cards work, it's pretty much smooth sailing.
Awesome.
So that's really where the complication comes in. Versus Malifaux, which I'd say is more around the realm of like an 8 or so, because of the number of interactions between things.
Gotcha.
And you know, each have their perks.
Yeah.
You know, I love Malifaux to death. That's what got me started at Wyrd. So it's just a matter of what you're looking for in a game.
That's awesome. So you said that you finished off the Kickstarter. When are we going to be able to see the other sides available in stores or available online, or is it already there?
No, it's not there yet. The delivery for the Kickstarter is aimed at December, but we're hoping to get it out before that. So retailers will be after we've delivered to all the Kickstarters.
No, that's very, very cool. Now you also said you got the opportunity for late pledges.
Yep.
How long is that going to be running till?
Probably through April.
Okay.
So you've got some time to check it out.
Awesome. So aside from the other sides, you've got Malifaux, you're here. Yep. Have you been, I noticed a little while ago in the event hall right next to us, you guys were running a Malifaux event of some kind?
Yeah.
How was that received? Because I was walking through it, it seemed like it was being fairly fairly well attended. So.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are in this year. I haven't talked to them about it yet. I think last year it was 50 or 60 people in the Masters. So this is essentially the big competitive event. They're doing 5 rounds today, so it's a pretty intense tournament. And Adepticon always tends to be a pretty good turnout for us. But yeah, people really like Malifaux as a competitive game because first off, I think our balance is pretty good. But on top of that, I think people actually have a very they really enjoy playing. The character-driven nature of it, I think, really lends itself to taking it a little less seriously while still being competitive. And so, yeah, I see people smiling and having fun, which, you don't always get to see when you're in the competitive tournament.
No, obviously, and that's fantastic, because everybody who was playing it seemed to have big smiles on their faces. I was kind of kicking myself, like, oh, why don't I play Malifaux now? So definitely a lot of fun there, guys. For anybody who's interested in getting into Malifaux, obviously you've got the other sides. People can check that out on their Kickstarter. Somebody interested in getting into Malifaux, where would they go to pick that up, and how much of a price point are they looking at for that?
Yeah, so Malifaux, you can get it basically any store, because we have all sorts of distributors. So you can go in, and I would say that you're looking at about $100 to legitimately play the game. At like a competitive level. A crew box is $50 usually, which is going to give you 6 or 7 models and about 30 points. Competitively, we play at about 50 points. So you add a few purchases onto that, and you're playing the game just like, people have been playing for years. So I'd say that's realistic, but you can start cheaper and make sure that you're really into the game by just getting a crew box for $50 and playing with a regular deck of cards.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for your time, Aaron. Is there any closing remarks you have before we close out this interview?
No, I think that's it. Thanks.
Well, there you go, guys. So go ahead and check that out. Do you have a website that people can go to if they want to learn a little bit more about the games?
Yeah, wyrd-games.net. You can come out. We've got all sorts of things on there, and the rules for the other side and stuff are basically up there because they're going to be free. So you can check that out. You can look into Malifaux, connect to our forum, which is a great community. People will tell you way more than you need to know about the game, frankly.
All right, awesome. Well, there you go, guys. If you're interested in it, go ahead and check them out. They are Wyrd Miniatures. And otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy wargaming.